What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Ghostbusters crossover Ectotron. This is, of course, the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters, now in Transformers form. This is a crazy thing I honestly never thought would exist in reality, and even now it's a little bit surreal. It feels almost like you'd have to go to an unofficial group to get something like this. But I know we've had the other crossovers before, Star Wars and things like that, and they haven't always been so amazing. But this looks really, really promising, so I'm very excited about it. So you can see you do get the Ecto-1 here in the package. Very nice retro packaging, very G1 Transformers. You can see Ectotron / Ecto-1. It's even got the old school Hasbro logo, which is awesome. Up here you can see the Transformers Ghostbusters collaborative crossover emblem. Converts from Ecto-1 to robot and back. On the top of the package, you can actually see brief instructions on transformation, all against that nice grid background. There you go. On the sides, you've got a little bit more. You do get a little Slimer pal in here as well. As well as another Ghostbusters 35th anniversary logo. On the back is crazy. It's super old school Transformers. You got Transformers 35-year logo here on the back as well. Super, super cool. You've got a nice tech spec sheet here. And I won't read this out to you. I'll just let you pause it and read it if you want to. And you can see it's got all the different logos here. It's GM license and things like that. And of course the super old school G1, excuse you cars outside, super old school G1 Transformers fighting, where everybody looks really, really goofy and goopy. So yeah, I am super excited to have this in hand finally at long last. So let's go ahead and get Ectotron out of the package and check him out right now. Alright guys, so here is Ectotron, and let's take a quick look at this. You get the instruction booklet. So the instructions on the top of the package are not the only instructions. Obviously there's a few more steps to this guy, but here they are. They're just, you know, in black and green. But it's cute. It shows the function, paranormal investigator, mission, transport Ghostbusters to paranormal hotspots, bust some ghosts, status, ain't afraid of no ghosts. Shows the location in New York City, shows off the equipment, the Proton Pack, and of course the disguise as the 59 Cadillac. And then you just got the generic stuff. It shows how to transform the Proton Pack and how to attach all that stuff. So pretty cool. You get the 35 anniversary logos there again. But let's move right along to Ectotron, and we'll show off Slimer here really quickly. So Slimer is just made out of a clear green rubbery, just rubber, I think, actually. Just straight up goopy goop, so you can squish his head, stuff hot dogs in his mouth, anything you want to do. He does have a little post hole right in his underside here that you can use to pop him on top of an action stand or whatever you want to do. He can also fit on top of this little post on Ectotron as well. So that works. And he's kind of bouncy. There you go. Pretty cool. So yeah, really excited. Slimer's neat. It's a nice mold, although it's really hard to get on camera just because, you know, it's all one color. But yeah, I think they did a really nice job with the mold on this, and it's a little fun extra accessory. Now, Ectotron, as you can see, has all the nice gadgets on top of the vehicle here. We've got some nice clear plastic, some very nice paint apps all throughout. We've got the lights on the back and front here. All of these lights are picked out with nice metallic paint. The lights in the front, I can't quite tell. I think this is actually clear plastic painted silver over it, leaving the lights themselves clear. and of course the Ecto 1 plate on the front. Nothing on the back, unfortunately. You do get clear lights again in the back, and then these red lights picked out in what looks like metallic red, or metallic very dark red crimson paint. The undercarriage, you can pretty much see Ectotron just stretched out there, but you can get a nice glimpse of his badge. It says Ectotron right across his chest, and of course the Ghostbusters logo is printed on both sides of the vehicle. Now, there is one issue I have with the figure overall, and that's the joints are a little bit on the loose side, and just the tolerances are a little bit not amazing, if we're being honest. Stuff doesn't quite stay pegged together super sturdily, and in robot mode he does have some loosey-goose joints. But beyond that, since I'm pretty much going to use this as a display piece, I don't want to break it because there are a lot of rubber parts on here I don't want to rip. Like this piece right here is soft rubber and I don't want it to snap. The ladder here on the side is soft rubber, and of course these cables coming down to the side of the vehicle are also soft rubber, and I don't want those to get broken. So this is going to be mostly a display piece more than a play piece, and for that it should work just fine. Ectotron rolls like a champ, no problems there. And again, just all the nice silver detailing. Even the windshield wipers are picked out in silver. It's a little hard to tell in the light here. But just a really nice amount of paint apps. You can tell there was a lot of care and love and thought put into this figure. So very, very pleased with it overall. So for transformation, the first thing you want to do is detach this piece from the overall top carriage, and this is going to become the Proton Blaster. We'll just put that off to the side for the moment. Next thing we're going to do is unplug this cable from the front of the car. That's just going to hang off to the side. Then we're going to unplug this cable from the side of the car. It's going to be this post here, and then we're just going to pull this post out, and there's another one up there. And then we're going to take this ladder and just unpeg that as well, and you can just push that off to the back just like that. And now you can remove the proton pack, and we'll set that off to the side. So now you can see we've still got the Ecto 1, but there's just a big hole in the roof now. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to these side panels here. We're just going to flip these out and bring these right up here along the sides and just tuck those onto the roof of the car just like that. So now we got this going on here. Next thing we want to do is we're going to come over here, flip these feet down, flip these shin panels out, and we're just going to stretch the knees out like that, or stretch the legs, I guess. Keep those feet down, and then we're going to come back here and pull these panels out. And actually, it's probably easier to split the legs. And those are going to become the heels, and that's pretty much your legs done for Ectotron. Moving right along to the top of the figure here. So we've got the front end of the vehicle. We're just going to go ahead and split it just like that. Turn it over to the side. We'll bring the arms down here. And then you can see there's actually this slider in the back here. Might be a little hard to spot there, but what you can do is actually the easier way, rather than trying to lift this up, is to just push this panel down, just like that, and then you can rotate the front end of the car, just like so. So we're going to once again bring that panel down, and then rotate this forward, just like that. Now you can flip the hands out. Unfortunately, there are no wrist swivels, which is a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. It just would make things easier for him to hold his proton pack a little more dynamically, but that's alright. And then we're just going to open up the chest panel here, bring the robot mode head up, make sure it's lined up with the slot in the chest panel. You can see right there, there's a slot and a little tab on the robot mode. And there you have Ectotron more or less in robot mode. But there is one more thing left to do. So we want to grab this whole pile of stuff here, and we want to go ahead and bring this scanner, or whatever it is, down to the side, like so. We're going to bring this panel down and around, just like that. We're going to take this cable and plug it into the top of that panel, which, there we go, just like that. And then this whole section is going to rotate around and come up, and then it's going to, or it should rather, just peg in just like that. And now you've got Ectotron's proton pack, and we can attach it to the gun as well, just like so. And now this can go on his back, and you can also attach the proton thrower up here at the top. It'll plug in right at the side here, and now he's ready to go bust some ghosts. But I'm going to go ahead and flip this around and kind of get it. There we go. Just like that. Looks a little bit better. And you can just turn them around, and there is a slot here and a tab here, and it's going to go into this slot here and this tab up here. And you just plug those in like that, and there you go. There you have Ectotron in robot mode. Now we've got some decent articulation on this guy, although again I will point out that at least my copy is a little bit loose. So there is no waist articulation, unfortunately, but you do get some nice knees going forward and a little bit back as well. You can go all the way out to the sides. You do have a swivel at the thigh, and also a decent 90-degree knee bend as well. You can get a little of action out of that toe, just, the way that it transforms. It can go, a little bit back, should you need it to. The proton pack likes to fall off, just so you know. Shoulders, swivel. There is a little bit of stuff in the way just due to the transformation joints for these panels on the side, but you can get the arms up about that far and about that far back. Arms can go out to the sides, and there is actually a double hinge elbow, as well as a kind of bicep swivel. It's more of an elbow swivel there, and the hands can go in and out just due to that articulation. The head is on a ball joint, and you can get a little more maneuverability out of it if you just disconnect the panel that the head is on, so you can get a little bit more range of motion there as well. Let's get a little bit of a close-up of that head sculpt so you guys can see what's going on. There's no light piping, unfortunately, but the eyes are picked out in blue. I can't tell if it's clear plastic or paint, but it's definitely blue. so there you go. And once again, you can go ahead and put the proton pack on his back and remove the particle thrower. There we go. It'd be nice. It would be nice if there was like a little bit of a clip that this like clipped in a little, just to hold it in place, because it does like to pop off of those tabs. But it's not the end of the world again. And you can put this post in his hand, and now he's got his proton blaster. Or if you'd like to, you can also remove the remove the wires here and slip it this way, so he's holding it the true Ghostbuster way. But that's not as I mean, it's not as good for actually pointing forward, since he can't really point forward. But he does have some decent posability. You can get some cool poses out of him, and of course he is an Ecto-1 Transformer, so I mean, there's only so much I can actually complain about, because it's really just a matter of tolerances. The figure itself is pretty great. The engineering is fine. The paintwork is superb, and you can tell they actually cared about making this figure. So I'm really, really pleased overall. And I think, you know, honestly, a little bit of nail polish here and there, or floor polish, will probably tighten up those joints just fine, and then he'll be perfectly capable of doing whatever is needed. But as for now, he can pose just fine and stand up on his own without any trouble. And of course, you've got Slimer here too, and Slimer can chill out right on his shoulder, or you can get a action stage and have Slimer pose there. So really, really cool. I'm very happy to have him in hand again. You know, despite a couple little drawbacks, I think overall it's a really fun figure, and I'm quite happy to have him in hand. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, stick around if you like this video. I've got more Transformers coming real soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.